Hey guys, today I will do the Artefacts book tag. I was actually tagged a really long time ago by Maddie and B from Heart Full of Books, who also created this tag, and when I saw it I fell in love with it immediately and I was so happy that I was tagged, even though I would have done it anyway, but that made me even happier. And then I also got tagged by Becky from Books and Pain, and I'm going to link both of their channel down below, so please check them out. But now here we go. I have 10 things out of books to go through and questions that, you know, belong to these things. Yeah, let's just go. You see. The first one is Horcrux. What book is part of your soul and you can't imagine living without? That was one thing that I knew immediately I wanted to choose for this question, but I realized that there are quite a few books where I have the same feeling, so this is definitely not like the only one. There are other books, but this is what came to my mind first, so I'm choosing this. And it is Catching Fire, or basically the whole Hunger Games trilogy by Suzanne Collins. I'm holding up Catching Fire because it is my favorite from the trilogy. It is a part of who I am, and the movies, and just, yeah, I couldn't imagine living without this trilogy. Next question, Patronus. What book contains the happiest memories for you? And for that I choose Fire by Christine Cachot, or the whole Angelic Rune trilogy. This is one of my favorite trilogies ever. I'm not even sure if I was like super happy at the time, but when I look at this trilogy it makes me happy. Next one is Wand. What book choose you instead of you choosing it? And that is, oh my god, I'm so boring. The Hunger Games, or the trilogy by Suzanne Collins, because I wasn't interested in reading this at all. When the whole hype started with the movies coming out, I was not interested in it at all. I watched the movie, I think, a year after it came out, and I still wasn't really into it. I thought the movie was okay, but nothing special. And when I was at the library one day, I just browsed through the YA section, and they really don't have a lot of stuff. They really just have the crazy popular stuff. And I saw the German version and I thought, yeah, come on, let's just pick it up. You know the rest of the story. I don't have to explain anything to you. But that is why I really feel like this trilogy choose me instead of the other way around, because yeah, I never thought that I would read it, and then it just happened. Next one, Camp Bead. I don't know what some of these things are, and if I say anything wrong, I'm really sorry. What book will you never forget? That is Outlander by Diana Gabaldon, and probably also the whole series, at least what I have read of it yet. This is the second book because I still don't own the first one. I read this in a few days, and it was just one of the first books that I really loved, where I really was into it, loved the characters, loved the story, and couldn't wait to start the sequels. And I feel like the Outlander series is also a big part of my reading history and who I am, and that is why it is definitely something that I will never forget. Next question, Angelic Rune. What book opened up a whole new world to you? I think that Becky had the same answer here, and that is The Twilight Saga by Stephanie Meyer. This was the first ever YA book and series that I ever read. I read a lot of adult and contemporary stuff, and I enjoyed it really, like, I really love to read it, but this was a whole nother reading experience. It definitely opened a whole new world for me, and I am thankful. Next one, Mockingjay Pin. What book will you always go back to because it's such a comforting read? I choose The Archive by Victoria Schwab. This is just one of my favorite books, and it is really short, so I feel like this is rather something that I would reread. This book is just so good and such a unique story, and just The next question is District. What book contains a job you wish you had? I would love to work in the archive. There are all kinds of different amazing jobs in here, and I would love to try that. Probably not my whole life, but trying that would be a great thing. The next one, Faction. What book represents a part of your personality? And I have talked about this book a few times before. It is a German book, Mängelexemplar by Sarah Kuttner, which is about social anxiety and depression and blah blah blah, all this stuff in our generation, which just happens a lot these days. And it's about living with these things. And I feel like there has been a lot of crazy and just bad stuff happened in my life already, but all of this shaped me, made me who I am. I learned to live with these things, and I feel like I just grew so much because of all these things that this just fit really well. And while reading it, there were quite a few parts where I could see myself. And the last question is, Silvertongue, if you were blessed with the power to read books to life, which book would you choose? And quite a few tags had a similar question, and mostly people choose Hogwarts, and what I always choose when all the other people choose Hogwarts is Middle-earth. And I am holding up The Return of the King because I want the happy non-war Middle-earth at the end of The Return of the King. Yeah, that was it for the Artefacts tag. I'm not going to tag anyone because I always need so much time to think about people, but I would be really happy to see other people do this tag because I think it's really great, and I had so much fun with picking the books. And yeah, if you do it, then please let me know. I guess I'll see you soon. Bye!